Today on Saban's Adventures of Oliver Twist, we could start our own newspaper.
Remember, the printed word carries with it a responsibility for the truth.
Read all about it! London invaded by space creatures!
Run for your life! London is being invaded by outer space creatures!
The kids could be in danger.
Master's iron fist. You better watch out, young Oliver Twist. There's never been a boy like this.
Hey, Oliver Twist, come on now, you know you can't resist. Hey, Oliver Twist and all his friends. The laughter never ends. With Big and Bear at home and London town they roam.
I had just invented my very own version of the telescope. Now there's an invention that truly makes things larger than life. But you know, something as simple as words can also make things larger than life. The boys certainly found that out when they took something I said and exaggerated it a bit.
Awesome! The moon looks close enough to touch. Fagin, you think the moon is really made of green cheese?
I hardly think so, Dodger. That's just an old story.
Yeah, everybody knows it's made of cheddar.
I heard that moon creatures have green skin and 12 and a half heads.
Russian moon creatures have 14 and a half heads.
And 100 humongous eyeballs.
Whoa, what if they came here?
Kids, relax, relax. Scientists now know there's no oxygen on the moon, so there's very little chance that anything could live there.
I was just gonna say that.
My goodness, I almost forgot. Boys, girls, you'll have to run along. I've got to start packing for my trip to the Inventors Convention.
Whoa, talk about quick exits. I wonder what it would be like to go to the moon. Row! 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 All right, crew. Prepare for the moon landing. I think the chains could stand to be a tad longer. Just give them a toss. Aye, aye, Captain. Whoa! Guys, this moment is gonna go down in history. And you know why? Because 3 kids from London, planet Earth, are about to do what nobody has ever done before.
Make contact with a brand new civilization on the moon?
No, we're gonna corner the hat market.
What? Who needs hats on the moon?
Think of it, Oliver. Everybody knows moon creatures have at least 5 heads apiece, right?
I knew that.
And that means there's gonna be heads galore around this place. And a lot of heads means they'll need a lot of hats. I'll sell out in a second.
Well, I guess so. But what if they don't have any money?
That's okay. I extend credit.
Guys, before we get started, there's one thing I'd like to do.
What's that?
Eat.
Charlie, the moon is not made of cheese.
You're right. It's peanut brittle.
Whoa. What's that?
Our first customer. How you doing, sir? Sirs? I gotta tell you, I really admire someone with more than 1 head. Matter of fact, I was just telling my colleagues how much I wish I had another head or 2. Isn't that right, guys?
That's right.
And let me tell you guys, there's only one thing in the universe that could possibly make those heads of yours even more magnificent than they already are. Genuine, authentic headwear imported from planet Earth. So how many should I put you down for?
Something tells me they won't be placing a huge order.
Yeah! We better head for the hills!
Which hill did you have in mind?
Just row! Row!
Dodge, you really think there are moon creatures?
Definitely! I can feel it!
I can feel it too, in my head.
Charlie, you okay? Whoa! Check it out!
I was okay.
What is it?
Must be an ancient artifact.
Looks more like a music box.
You're right.
Come on! Let's ask Fagin what it is. He knows even more than I do.
Of course I know what it is. This is an old-fashioned printing press.
What is printing press?
It's what they used to print newspapers with before the big modern machines came along.
I knew it.
Ah, the power of the printed word. Words can stir the soul and rouse the heart.
Which words?
The words in books, magazines, newspapers.
Newspapers? They just tell you what's going on in the world.
Precisely. And people will always want to know what's going on in the world.
People will always want to know what's going on in the world. Newspaper, printing press. Hold the cart! Major announcement in the making. We could start our own newspaper. We'll sell them by the thousands. I mean, we got the press, we got the talent, and we got the dodge. Okay, I could go for it.
Let's do it.
idea.
It'll be fun.
Dodger, that's a splendid idea. But remember, the printed word carries with it a great deal of responsibility. A responsibility for the truth.
The truth? Oh yeah, the truth. Don't sweat it, Fagin. This paper's gonna be loaded with truth.
Whoa, Nancy! How did you and Anushka ever convince the paper mill to give you all that paper?
We use the magic words.
You mean please and thank you?
No, I mean we'll give you a whole page of free advertising.
There. The Daily Dodge is ready to roll. Now all we need is some choice stories.
I got a story.
What is it, Charlie?
Once upon a time, there was a girl named Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Little Red Riding Hood went to her grandma's house.
Charlie, we were thinking of stories a little more recent than that.
Oh, okay. Just recently, there was a girl named Little Red Riding Hood.
Not now, Charlie. It's time to go out there and collect some news. And remember, we gotta look everywhere.
Yes, everywhere! You can't lose when you read our news.
Extra, extra, pick up the Daily Dodge and you can't lose. Extra, extra, read all about it. We're bringing you the news. Any news is good news, whether it's good or bad.
We're no hacks, just a fact.
Scribble into your notepad.
Life's just full of stories fascinating everywhere you go.
All around you, big things are happening.
If you doubt it, read all about it.
Or else you'll never know.
All the news that'll fit will print, keeping up on the latest events.
Extra, extra, pick up the Daily Dodge and you can't lose. Extra, extra, read all about it. We're bringing you the news.
Every corner has a story.
Keep your ear to the ground.
Oh, yeah? I've asked this lamppost questions, but it hasn't made a sound.
Life's just full of stories fascinating everywhere you go.
People, places, problems percolating.
With a little cooperating, we can keep these presses operating. All the news that'll fit will print, keeping up on the latest event.
Extra, extra, pick up the Daily Dodge and you can't lose. Extra, extra, read all about it. We're bringing you the news. Extra, extra, pick up the Daily Dodge and you can't lose. Extra, extra, read all about it. We're bringing you the news.
Do you think we have enough?
We're getting there, right, Dodge?
Yeah, we're getting there.
Well, looks like the local news crew has been a mite busy.
Da have been all over town collecting scoopskis.
Fagin, you can be the very first person to read our newspaper.
I'll get him a copy.
No, Charlie, not from the bottom.
Thank you, Charlie.
You're welcome.
Well, now, you've certainly captured the finer points of London.
All right!
Way to go!
Kids, I'm running a bit late, but there is one thing I want you to do while I'm gone.
What's that?
Sell plenty of papers.
No problem. All right, crew, you heard the man. Let's gather these things up and sell plenty of papers.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Horse loses horseshoes on road.
No, Oliver. You gotta do it with a lot of feeling. Check this out. Late-breaking story. Daffodils bloom early on Buckingham Palace lawn. Sir, didn't you hear me? These daffodils are a whole month early. I don't get it. What does the London Times have that we don't have?
Business.
I can sell a paper. Yeah, I can sell a paper.
Charlie, if we can't sell a newspaper, how do you expect to?
All right. I guess there are some people who appreciate good journalism.
Keep your chin up, guys. I bet the girls are having good luck.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Ants invade Mrs. Butler's pantry.
Please, somebody take newspaper.
Little Francis Frumple loses tooth.
Dodge, ever get the feeling people aren't interested in our newspaper?
Not interested? Then we'll make them interested.
Yep. We'll make them interested. How do we do that?
We grab them with great stories. Then we fling them in their faces.
Do we have to flick so hard?
Dodge, I thought we had great stories.
Oliver, I'm talking earth-shaking stories of major proportions. Now listen, I have an idea.
Whew, this newspaper business is getting rougher all the time.
Now, the second we spot somebody important, we listen to what they have to say, then we touch up their words.
Dodge, isn't that kind of like lying?
No way, Oliver. We're gonna use most of their words. We're just gonna add a few of our own.
Well, I guess that's okay.
It's Magistrate Wilkinson. It's Magistrate...
Thanks, Charlie.
Magistrate Wilkinson is totally important.
Yeah, let's go for it.
In addition, I intend that London will provide space for homeless creatures.
London will provide space for homeless creatures. Perfect! Let's see. Think I'll use the words London, space, and creatures.
Extra! Extra!
Read all about it!
London invaded by space creatures!
We definitely stirred their soup.
That stirred their hearts.
Whatever we did, we better print way more newspapers. And this time, we spread them over the entire city.
That certainly was an enjoyable trip. But there's still nothing like coming home to the peaceful charm of London. What in the Queen's name is going on here?
Run for your life, good sir. London is being invaded by outer space creatures. We're closing the city.
Outer space creatures? Closing the city? The kids could be in danger.
Yes! I can't believe you sold every paper.
Yeah, and we're gonna need to print a whole bunch more right away. And we're gonna sell even more. Wait a minute. This is incredible. This is gonna sell 10 times as many newspapers.
What is, Dodge? What?
Listen, if there's one thing that makes a news story believable, it's eyewitnesses.
Yeah, so?
Nancy, you still got your costume trunk?
I keep it right beside my bed.
Perfect. Now here's my plan.
How do you feel?
About 50 pounds heavier.
On with the heads.
Is improvement.
Can I make sure food will fit through this?
Not now, Charlie. We gotta get out there and show the people some outer space creatures.
Wait, you still gotta learn how to act like space creatures. Now let's hear your growl. No. You throw the voice out from the diaphragm.
Gotcha.
How's that?
It's coming along. Now, watch how a space creature walks. Now you try.
No problem.
This is exactly how space creatures walk.
How do you know?
You think I haven't seen them before?
Guys, stop talking and start growling.
The space creatures are here! Run for your lives!
Jetski? No way, Ski. I say we sell all 1,000 copies of our special edition in under an hour.
Right. How can we miss with this headline? Space creatures terrorize town.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Kids, are you all... Unhand her, space fiends!
Fagin, it's us!
Hold on, Dodger. I'll get you out of there.
No, Fagin, you got the wrong idea.
Not Oliver, too. I may be an old man, but I'll not let you harm my kids. Dodger, what's the meaning of this? Why in heaven's name are you in these ridiculous costumes?
We tried to tell you, Fagin.
Did you kids print this?
Yep, we sure did. We already sold about 1 million papers, maybe even 1,000.
Yeah, at first we couldn't sell any because our stories were total losers. Then I got this idea.
And I ask you, proud members of the Citizens Against Space Creatures, are we to keep running from this moon menace? No! Then we clobber them the minute we find them.
Kids, adding your own words to what somebody else says is just like lying.
But we're just trying to stir souls and rouse hearts, like you said.
Then do it with the truth. Now, I want you to go out there and explain everything to those poor panicked people.
Now, the minute we see some people, we take off these masks so it's crystal clear who we are.
Here comes a bunch now.
Looks like those poor helpless people are rushing to get out of town.
Get ready to take off your masks. Folks, you don't have to be frightened anymore.
There they are.
Boy, Dodge, when you tell them not to be frightened, they really listen.
Sharp right!
They went around that corner.
Quick, let's get out of these costumes.
Right.
I can't do it.
Why not?
I never change in public.
Charlie, they're about to turn you into cranberry sauce.
Phew, made it. Charlie, what are you doing? Get out of that costume.
I can't. I'm caught on my button.
We'll help. Wait, look, we caught him.
Yeah, you can go home now.
We want him too. Let's He's calling for reinforcements. Let's stop him.
Hang on, Charlie.
We got you, Charlie.
Thanks, guys. Now we've got him.
You got it all wrong. We thought the town needed a little entertainment, so we spiced up our newspaper with a story about space creatures. He's wearing a mask. Can you folks ever find it in your hearts to forgive 3 innocent kids? Talk about ingratitude!
Oh, come on, Fagin. Do we really need to get rid of it?
Nancy, this printing press has led to nothing but trouble. Now it's time we get it out of the flat before it leads to further disaster.
Well, this was our big chance and we lost it. Just like that. Gone. An opportunity to really do something important for the community, but it wasn't to be. Or not to be. Goodbye, old friend. It deeply saddens me to think of what might have been.
Enough. Oh, very well. You may keep the printing press. But you may only use it under my supervision. No exceptions.
Yes! Come on, Anushka. Let's take it back to the table and get started on our first issue. I'm Vidyuski! Oh, this is all your fault!
Mine. You are the one with fumble fingers.
Fumble things!
I certainly hope things are calmer for the boys. And from that day on, the boys never forgot that the one thing you should never make larger than life is the truth.
Dodge, how much longer you think you'll stay angry?
Put it this way, plan on eating your next 30 meals on the run!